Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once wrote, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." As we enjoy our day off, let's remember those words, as we do need a little more love in our country. Let's set that example. Let's get into the week ahead. Today's day off. Markets are closed, no movement in the market. We'll kind of get into where we saw last weekend, but first let's talk about the news ahead of us. On Tuesday, we start out with the China rate decision, and then we also have the ADP weekly preliminary estimate of the job market, kind of where the private sector is with jobs. Wednesday, we have a pending home sales report. Won't really move the market. We'll also see some construction spending reports and a 20-year bond auction, so that'll move the market a little bit. We got Thursday's a big day. Thursday is the day that is going to move the needle one way or another. We have initial and continuing jobless claims. We have GDP report coming out. And then we also have the PCE. This is the Fed's favored measure of inflation. Personal consumption expenditures report, both core and headline, were at 2.8% last month. We need to see a number there or lower going forward. Good chance we will, but that's the big news coming out on Thursday. And again, that will move the markets. And then Friday, a little less, but we do have Bank of Japan, their rate decision. Really, a lot of what's been going on in Asia has been having impacts on us. At least our bond market has been reacting to that. And we also have the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. So a lot of news. Let's see where we're at with rates. Rates across the board. Conventional, they ended the week higher than when they started the week. So you may hear the news, oh, rates went up. You know what? I will tell you this. I had a lot of people looking. Rates are still near 2-year lows. Yeah, they're up. They might be finding this range, and this might be the range we're in for a while. We don't know that. All right, nobody knows that. They could go up, but this is probably a good range that we'll be in. Where is that range? Conventional, 6%, 6.4%. And then VA right around 5.75. You kind of look at the chart. You can see we're right around this whole last week. We've been dancing around 5.7 to 5.77. So right around that 5.75 range. That's a good range. Obviously, we want it better, but the key is we want to see this continued slope in the negative direction. And that's what we're seeing here. We got a lot of economic news. Again, President Trump on the road. He's at the Davos, the World Economic Forum. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. We got Greenland, we got Venezuela, obviously we got Minnesota. So much going on. It's creating a very volatile environment, super volatile environment. And then President Trump, he's going to speak at the World Economic Forum in light of what's been going on with Greenland. He could be received maybe not as good as he would have if he hadn't have gone overboard in pushing for annexation, if you will, of Greenland. But he is going to deliver remarks on affordability for housing. That will move the market. We don't know what he's going to say. We do know he's going to try and make housing more affordable for Americans across the board. That's what we got this week. A lot of news. Remember, you don't control any of it. You control you. You control how you react. And my thing is, man, just stay cool, be ready, and always be making yourself better day by day. Have a great week.